No, I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast on your favorite spicy site, Smackin It Raw. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts this evening. He is the Pornhub Poppy, the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince.
Hola, Mateo. ¿Cómo estás? Buenas tardes.
Bueno. And she is host of the She Leads Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, Getting Off, and Story Time with Ms. Katie Kinsey, baby.
Salud.
How you guys doing? Well, before we get into how you guys are doing, Vince.
Yes.
How is Will trolling you?
So ever since we did like the draft episode for Get Show, the ethnic draft, he's been personally insulted that I
made him smaller than everyone else.
Didn't intentionally make him smaller than everyone else. I just kind of photoshopped everybody's head and put it on the body, and based on the angles of like the AI generated images that were there, Will matched up the best with that one. And then he thought I was doing him dirty by putting baby fetus Dom in his graphic for his roster because he drafted Dominic Mysterio to the white delegation.
We remember that, yeah. No, I remember that. So you were negligent in your duties as a graphic designer.
Oh,
how
no,
is
not
he
negligent.
Controlling you? It sounds like you were.
Ever since then, he hasn't. He's just been a little bit more what's the word? Hostile, I guess. Hostile towards me in chats and in group chats, and then with our WWE draft that we did, he's consistently doing Matt is Ritter. Maybe he
Matt is Ritter. Yeah, no, I honestly, that's just him supporting a good friend.
Ritter.
Great draft, Vince. I don't understand. That's not a personal slang against you. However, the man who goes into a Discord chat and says anybody but Ritter and is campaigning just to make sure I lose. Now that is trolling. That is a personal attack.
You know why that was
because
a personal
jealous
mission?
That I had a better draft than you.
Listen, I will go ahead and personally just say, hey, you won regardless of I'm not gonna sit here and be like there's technicalities. Matt won regardless. I did feel like Katie and I had more votes and it would have been a closer race. Irrelevant, neither here nor there. But that was the whole point. And I don't know if Will was really supporting your roster because he liked it better, or he was just rooting against me.
Wow.
TC and Jayland liked my roster better, and they broke it down.
Literally everybody was like, "Oh, Matt's roster's fucking dope." I was like, "I'll just go fuck myself then, guys. Thanks. See you later." I know one person. I know two people who voted for me, and that's Pretty Kyle and Savannah.
Yep.
Homies.
I had a friend vote for you as well. Like I sent it to like a few group chats.
Yeah, Vince was outsourcing.
You outsourced too. Will went and outsourced for you. He literally
didn't outsource. I didn't campaign.
I said Will. I said I didn't say Matt.
You said you outsourced too. I didn't outsource.
I said Will
hey,
outsourced too. He went into his Discord chats and said vote for Raw as Ritter. which is when you started to like get ahead in the votes. Regardless of the fact,
did a great job. Voted.
Regardless of the fact, it's done. It's whatever. It's whatever. But yeah.
Well, he said hello, Mateo, hello, Katie, hello, Vince. I don't feel like there was any shade there, but neither here nor there. We know how Vince is doing. Katie, how are you? A little bit of a headache.
A little bit of a headache. This is not helping.
Yelling at each other? Yeah.
No. Other than that, I'm fine. I haven't left my house in like 24 hours because I don't like people.
Fair. You got to watch a really good movie last night, though.
We did watch a really good movie last night. I am going out tomorrow 2 separate times. So, like, that makes up for not going out, leaving my house today. So, I have friends. Kind of.
Well, if you guys are watching us live, which doesn't look like anyone is, but if you guys tune in at some point to listen to this and you want to catch us live at twitch.tv/creationworld, where if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming. If you have Prime Gaming and a Twitch account, you can link those two. You take the Twitch account and you take the Prime Gaming, and then you put them together, and something magic happens. It doesn't even take 9 months. You get your free sub every month. Every single month. Costs you absolutely nothing. You give it to your favorite Twitch streamer. You give it to me. You give it to Katie. That's how fingers work. You give it to Will over botched spots and the chair shots and the Rivet City radios and all of the stuff they do. Katie's got an awesome show. Been accepting subs since 05. Talk about it every week. Go sub, be her sub, let her be your dom. Give her money, pay pig, whatever you're into. She's down. Me, I'm just here to fucking entertain you. And hopefully if I'm doing so, you want to come and you want to support us. And I would appreciate it if, you gave us any sort of sub, but at the very least, your free sub. You guys can also check us out at youtube.com/creationworld, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
It boosts the algorithm and helps find new listeners.
New booty. I'm in the market for some new booty here on the Smackin It Raw podcast.
Calm down.
Miss New Booty. So with Miss New Booty being a thing, should probably write that down. We have an understanding about who I am. My wife knows. I love that me and Vince went like Black Lives Matter shirts today for whatever reason. By the way, shout out to Young Kings Wrestling. You guys can get these shirts. YKWrestling.com.
I have one right here. I'm not putting it on. I am
sweating. I'm the reason that the Wolfpack shirts exist, and everyone's got them. So like,
you petitioned hard for them,
and then bought them and sent them out to everybody.
And then I grew a few LBs and couldn't fit into the one you sent me, so I had to rebuy it.
Hey, that's listen, I got you one. Point is, go support our boys at Young Kings Wrestling. But also, Katie, what am I? Why is Miss New Booty a thing for me?
Because you're a whore.
That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. I am a whore. My wife accepts this as long as I keep it. Because, so we were watching the Ashley Madison doc on Netflix, and this guy was talking about like how he was just looking for validation, right? And that they ended up doing a video that went viral, and then he got the validation and realized that that's what he was really looking for. So he like shut down his Ashley Madison account, but they still had all his information, blah, blah, blah. And I told my wife, I'm like, see, look, I podcast for validation. I don't need to go on some like seeking married website for CD bullshit. Like, you have a relationship. I'm not looking for that anyway.
You're not on Reddit looking for that.
I'm a whore for your entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. I do my whoring on the internet live every week, every Saturday, every other Sunday, and now on Thursdays starting next week. We'll talk about that in a second. But that's where my whoring comes in, right? I'm not looking for side pieces. I'm not looking for any extra action. Like, my wife keeps me very satisfied. You guys know that if you watch any of our shows, because I talk about it all the fucking time, even though she tells me not to. But I want to entertain you, and I don't want to just entertain you. I want to entertain your families, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your mothers, your fathers, step family, brothers, sisters, everybody. If you enjoy me, let them enjoy me too, in any way possible. And while you enjoy me, you should flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live every Thursday, starting this Thursday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, and every other Sunday, including next Sunday for Getting Offed at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out. We got a lot of cool shit for you. We are moving the Creation Conversation to Thursdays due to scheduling conflicts, people's getting new jobs, and people have children and summer schedules and things like that. So we're bumping ourselves a day up in the week. We're going from Friday to Thursday. So if you're looking for us, you can find us on Thursdays, talking all that nerdish on your favorite spicy sites, and also Twitch and YouTube and everywhere else.
Yeah.
With all of that said, Katie.
Yeah, wrong one. There we go. I panicked. That's me. I don't know why, but like the majority of them are like AEW centered because WWE didn't really do anything crazy this week. I know, shocking. First and foremost, Cash Wheeler's case is dismissed. Fear the Revolver no longer. They just dropped the case. They said this is kind of pointless and he doesn't have to go to court. Everything's dropped. He's fine. And this, mind you, this incident happened last year at All In It, bro. Like, that's crazy. And now they're just like, he's fine. Then what was the point? I just don't understand. Yeah, so he's fine. And then I guess like after Dynamite, the crowd was chanting, he's not guilty. And then the bald one, Dax, was like, where were y'all in courts like 10 months ago? I was like, you guys are dumb. This is stupid.
So, can I ask you? So I had to watch Dynamite on DVR, and they had a little overrun, so it cut off before the final match ended. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see the end of Dynamite. Did I miss anything interesting?
So the end of Dynamite, we saw. Did you see Team AEW getting beat up at all or no?
No. The match was still going.
Yeah, they had like a really long overrun. Now that I think about it, it went like 15 minutes over.
Yeah.
I bet it basically 15.
Oh.
15.
15.
Yeah. 15. But yes, so that happened, and then they start beating everybody up, and then we get the fourth member of Team AEW come out because Eddie Kingston got hurt. He's like legit hurt. Yeah, so they announced the fourth member of Team AEW, and I was like, this is the worst person you probably could have chose. There are so many more people you could have chose.
Oh, based on something that we said in the pre-show, I think I know who it is. So that's a spit. What else you got for us?
There. Don't worry, we'll get there. This is actually the only. Wait, hold on. Just kidding. There's 2 WWE things. This is one of them. Charlotte Flair is going to be an indie movie, and based off of the synopsis of the movie, I'm intrigued. I'm invested. I don't care if it's Charlotte or not. She's going to be in an indie movie in one of the lead roles called You Lose, You Die. I know. Okay. Crazy. This is what the synopsis says. Well, I don't know if she will die, but we'll see. The film follows a sociopath tech expert who runs a popular show on the dark web with 2 other sociopathic tech experts. On the show, thousands of viewers vote on games and challenges for prisoners to participate in. If the prisoners lose, viewers vote on the weapons the sociopaths use to kill them.
Jesus.
I was like, count me in. Sounds like a ball.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what she's gonna. No.
What?
Stop it.
What?
Get some help. Stop. Yeah, so that's happening. What else? Oh, this was like their AEW's doing like this YouTube thing, kind of like where they just like sit down with wrestlers and just like have a meal and they watch like wrestling and talk about matches and stuff.
I saw the commercial for that.
Yeah, the first one's already out. It's Eddie Kingston. and it's obviously hosted by Renee Paquette, who is absolutely wonderful and deserves all the things in the world, and RJ City, who's just there. It's Renee's show. RJ's kind of just tagging along at this point, if I'm gonna be honest. Listen, he doesn't have a graphic. Everyone else has a graphic except him. So
Poor RJ City. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Exactly.
Shout out to RJ City, the only guy that actually recognizes that the gore is not a spear. Shout out.
Well, and that's why he doesn't have a graphic. Because that.
I was gonna say. So shout out to Stupidity. Sounds good. Okay.
Then Young Bucks are getting shoes. They're I don't remember what the fuck I'm calling it. There's the Reeboks. They pump up like Cena's old shoes used to do.
The Reeboks with the pumps, man. I might get them.
Is that like boots with the fur?
Yeah. Shout out
the whole
to
club was looking at it. It's great.
Apple bottom jeans. I'm going to get some apple bottom jeans to go with my Reeboks with the pumps.
Yeah, I mean, the color scheme is just like kind of looks like splatter paint from what I remember briefly seeing. This is their second pair of shoes that they're going to have, so I don't know. People are clamoring for them. They're coming out soon. I'm not a sneaker guy. I don't give a fuck. Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun getting shoes. I don't care.
I'm going to be getting shoes, but not the Nikes. I'm going to wait.
Well, they're not Nike.
I mean, Reebok. My fault.
They're Reeboks. They're different.
Okay, I'll refund it.
Then Eddie Kingston, like I said, legit hurt himself at the New Japan show over the weekend. And then they had like the staged beatdown of Eddie Kingston by the Elite. Pretty Kyle says, take your shirt off, Vince.
I can't. I'm trying to promote the Black Lives Matter NWO Wolfpack shirt.
I've got that covered. Don't worry. I've got that.
I'm trying to promote the Wolfpack one.
Katie can put that shirt on. She's got it right there. You can take yours off.
No, it's okay. It's all right. I've already committed. Maybe next week.
He's gonna keep saying that, guys. He's gonna keep teasing you. He's never gonna take it off.
We'll see.
Then Ivar is also legitimately hurt. They had a beat down. Well, obviously, we'll talk about it probably in some capacity. Gala shows up at the end of SmackDown, takes out everybody who's going to be in that triple threat next week. And that was a way to kind of write Ivar off because he is quite literally legitimately hurt and has been for quite some time. So that's his way to kind of just take time off, figure out what's wrong, and deal with that.
Yeah, I saw all the controversy about Dave Meltzer saying that the angle was a work, and then people calling him out for it and being like, well, the injury's real, but the angle was a work. And it's like, no fucking shit. The angle was it's a rep.
And that's why I love Joe Coffey was just like, listen, I don't really fuck with Gallows, but Joe Coffey was like, you dumb? This fucking guy sucks.
I drafted Gallows.
You did. Drafted a few people that had a good week.
What can I say?
And then the last thing that I have, and this one just makes me happy, Ruby Soho and Angela Parker got married today.
I'll go for them.
They had their wedding. She looked so cute. Her little bump was showing in her dress. I'm so happy for them. John Silver posted a picture of them. I wouldn't have known if he didn't post anything. So, yeah, congratulations to them.
Yeah, congrats.
That's all I have.
I want to address something real quick before we move on from news and rumors. I said I had a rant about Cody Rhodes and that it's not storyline related. So in the IWC, we have a lot of friends, and obviously everyone has an opinion on things. It's been driving me nuts, though, seeing friends of mine talk about Cody Rhodes. Our boy Will, I absolutely love. And here's the thing, we are all entitled to our opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Go check out Will. He wrote an article talking about, the dog catching the car, the analogy from The Dark Knight. And a lot of people are of the opinion with Cody Rhodes, okay, he won the championship, so now what? what are we going to do with Cody? It's been a fucking month and a half, people.
Yeah.
He's already wrestled AJ Styles. They have him set up for Logan Paul. Chris from Heels for Life was saying that they didn't deliver on the promises from Cody, and everyone's talking about how everything basically Cody as champion has been bad. I don't like you haven't even given it any time, and how people are turning on Cody. I don't fucking understand it. Like, what did you guys think was going to happen when Cody won the title? Like, that we were immediately going to magically day one create a very in-depth 2-year-long feud out of fucking thin air? Like, things have to build, things have to happen. You need to give things some time to work and build and get somewhere. I know Chris is a huge fan of Swerve, and I'm trying to figure out what Swerve is doing that Cody isn't, that makes Cody's run so terrible and Swerve so great, or why everyone is so down on Cody Rhodes all of the sudden. Because they're like, oh, they're chanting, we want Roman. Well, yeah, I'm sure they do want Roman. That doesn't mean they don't want Cody. They just want Roman back. Maybe they're not happy with Solo running the group. Maybe they want more Bloodline story. Thank you. Cody is still in the introduction phase of his reign, just adding notches to his belt right now. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Kyle.
So, if I don't want to interject and cut you off, and I want to let you keep going, Matt. But if I can add when you're done, just let me know, and then I'll add.
Go ahead right now. What do you?
Okay. So to go on what you were saying, right? A lot of title reigns have barely just started since the end of WrestleMania till now. Bayley is now the new WWE Women's Champion. We have a new Women's World Champion in Becky Lynch, a new World Champion for the men's in Damian Priest. We have a new IC Champion. We have new Tag Team Champions all around. The only title that hasn't changed is Logan Paul's US title. Literally all the other titles have, they haven't done anything. They're literally just barely building up a crescendo for all these title defenses. They can't just focus on the one, and new Speed Champion as well. Shout out to X. They got the Speed title exclusive rights over there. So not only do you have all these reigns that are barely just starting, you're just hitting a soft reset. I was talking on Getcho this week. Go ahead, check out the episode. Cheap plug. I feel like it's a soft reset, a factory reset of things to come. You got to give it a time. It's a brand new fucking season. You're not going to get all the cliffhangers from the end of season 7. No, it's just Better Call Saul took a minute to get started after Breaking Bad. You got to give it a chance. And then also too, my whole thing with the whole Cody thing, it's again, just barely starting. What would you expect? The Rock and Roman to pick up that feud right away? Him to interact with the new bloodline? Why? You have to build up this new bloodline. You have to build them up before they interact with Cody. You can't just you're gonna derail both or one of the other. Can't pull all the anal beads at once. The comes for the gradual process.
That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. I don't understand why everyone's like, oh, now Cody's champion. What do we do? There's a shit ton of heels in WWE for him to work with. There's endless pot. It's not okay, he won the title and now he's no longer interesting. He's still cutting great promos. Yes. He's still fucking Cody Rhodes. I don't get why everyone's oh, they put the title on him and now I didn't want him to be a Roddy Piper that just chased the title for his entire career and never won it.
Daniel Bryan,
be satisfying.
Daniel Bryan once famously said, "You fans are fickle," and they are, because when Daniel Bryan won the title, if he didn't get injured, they would have turned on him. They started to turn on Kofi when he won the title. Every single person that's a babyface and just wins the title, they turned on them. They turned on Cena.
They don't like babyface champions.
They turned on John Cena, Matt. They turned on John Cena, the GOAT.
Katie
Katie never did. I turned after he squashed and beat Rey Mysterio for the title the very same night he had just barely won it. They could have given
been there. Should have took the title and left.
I personally don't get it. We're going to talk about Cody here in a little bit, but well, I guess as an introduction to that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what you guys are all here for. Spits and Swallows. let's kick it off right off the bat. We're already talking about fucking Cody. I will kick it off. I'm spitting an argument that we have been having in the group chat for about 2 weeks now. So last week we came on, and Katie and I, based on what was said on SmackDown, we're fairly certain that this was a title versus title match. Vince is like, I don't think it is. I'm like, well, Cody talked about being U.S. champ, becoming Grand Slam champion, like this and that. Our boy TC from Young Kings Wrestling is in the group chat. He's like, it's champion versus champion. It doesn't seem like the titles are on the line. That's the way he interpreted it. Blah, 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 blah. It's been a whole back and forth, and Vince has kind of been like, yeah, see, I wasn't crazy. And I'm like, until I get fucking told otherwise, I was right for attacking you last week for not paying attention to the fucking show. That's where I was at.
No.
That's where I was at.
Let me clarify. There's the archives. Go back and watch last week's episode. I never said that you guys were wrong. I said I don't recall it being that. If it is title versus title for title, then like sure, like, but from what I interpreted, yes, I know Cody said whatever he said, but from what I interpreted, I was under the impression that it was only for the WWE title itself. However, I'm like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I need Crow too.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, Vince. What we're talking about is you playing the victim in the group chat and saying you got jumped last week.
You guys did come for me.
Me defending the fact that we jumped you, rightfully so.
No, right? You were assuming that I didn't watch the show. I was paying attention.
Well, then you would have heard Cody say he was going to be U.S. champion and a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, and then
all the information you needed.
And then I looked
all
up
the information you needed.
No, because they say shit on they say shit on TV all the time that isn't confirmed nor accurate. So I looked everywhere and it never said title for title.
So then we get to this week and my first spit, ladies and gentlemen, where we are set to have a title versus title match. Is out there. Cody Rhodes is out there. Logan Paul and some dudes that I have no idea where he got or who, if they work for him, if they're fucking
his prime boys
or. That's a whole different thing. Anyway, they got his back, right? He's got a lawyer with him. We're title versus title. Cody's talking about Grand Slam champions and being a fan of wrestling and knowing the history of wrestling and how his father took place in one of the greatest War Games matches of all time in the very arena that they're in the city that they're in, and blah, 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 blah. And how Logan Paul isn't a wrestling fan and doesn't know his history and blah, blah, blah. And Logan then says, I see the contract, but I'm not signing it. He tears it up. He pulls out his own contract. He says, I agreed to challenge for the World Heavyweight title. I never agreed to put my belt on the line. Nick Aldis is like, that's some fucking bullshit. That is not the discussion that we had in my office. And he was getting hot. And Cody's like, dude, chill. I know how you get. Like, it is what it is. Logan refuses to defend his title because he knows he can't beat Cody Rhodes, and he's a little pussy. He's got a lawyer backing him up to get what he wants out of this, and he talks about how the man that won the World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, Royal Rumble winner, all of these things, has done nothing to earn a shot at his United States title.
I don't like playing devil's advocate for Logan Paul, but technically he's a heel and he should be saying that kind of shit to get.
Oh, he absolutely should, but also fuck Logan Paul.
100% for sure. I'm with you.
Making me right, but also making Vince and TC right, though, is my biggest spit. Because by saying this was the contract, this is what we we're going to do, but now this is what we are doing, you made everyone right, and I don't like that shit. I just like it when I'm right. So we should have just kept it where I was right, and it was title for title. Me and Katie.
Anyways, I spit it too, but more or less just for the segment itself within the confines. Prime kind of fucks low key. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, the segment itself I didn't really much enjoy. I'm not the biggest fan of contract signings in general, and this was a pretty poor one at that. They haven't really built up a challenger for Logan Paul's title, neither for Cody's, especially after he had just beat AJ Styles clean. So I guess, why not put them against each other? And I long have said, if you're the secondary champion, you should be in the situation where you can challenge for that world title. I honestly think that's wait, what? Vince being shirtless would fuck harder. Would is the key phrase. It would, but the world may never know. But yeah, back to my point. That's just kind of where I'm at. I just don't really care about this Logan Paul Cody Rhodes match, and it just kind of feels like a filler, non-canon like feud for Cody. No, I won't go shirtless. Only for my wife. She's the only one that gets those privileges.
I have a theory that Vince has really ugly nipples, but that's neither here nor there. No, like a filler feud, yeah, because they're gonna build up a King of the Ring, and like we have to get somewhere. So
yeah,
don't get me wrong. Logan Paul is an athlete, and between the ropes, doing things for as long as he has been doing them, extremely talented. Not taking anything away from the guy. He's probably gonna have an awesome fucking match with Cody Rhodes. AJ Styles had an awesome fucking match with Cody Rhodes, and that's what I don't get is all of you people who bitch and complain. Oh well, WWE, they don't give us the wrestling. We don't get enough wrestling. Blah blah blah. Cody's out here fucking wrestling. He's defending his title. He's being a champion who defends his title. And you're getting Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. You're gonna get banger fucking matches, and you guys are like, and then
that would happen too if Jey Uso had won that IC title, or if Jey Uso had won the world title at some point. People would have done the same thing. They're like, okay, well now what are we doing?
Turning on Jey Uso.
Yeah,
they're already turning on Jey Uso, and he hasn't even won shit yet.
We'll talk about
Jey Uso. Katie, thoughts on the Logan Paul thing? Since you're all quiet over there.
Well, yeah, because kind of impossible to get a word in with you two like this today. Logan Paul's a pussy, plain and simple. Don't announce right before contract signing, literally on commentary, that it is title for title, and then change it 5 minutes later. That's annoying and stupid. Nick Aldis should have hit Logan Paul, like, be the fucking GM that I know you can be, lay your hands on and put him through a table. I just want Nick Aldis to, like, get involved, like, physically, because I know he can't. Nothing is stopping him. Your champion is going to stop you? That's pussy shit, Nick Aldis. You're not going to stand for this. Lay your hands on someone, damn it. Please.
I saw your article and respectfully disagreed, Will.
I saw somewhere. I can't recall where. It might have come from PWI or somewhere, right? But apparently the angle that they're slowly starting to set up is they're trying to set up a match between Nick Aldis and Logan Paul for next year's WrestleMania. And it's going to be a constant thing where Logan Paul is butting heads with Nick Aldis, which if this is the start of it, okay, cool. You're getting that. But like Kitty's saying, don't advertise shit. TC said it on Yankees Wrestling, quoting Kevin Garnett. Why would you show me something if you know I can't have it, Like, why would you show me something if I couldn't have it? And they did that with the King of the Ring participant matchups. They advertised Lashley, Asuka, Selena Vega, so many competitors, and then they pulled them literally like minutes before the match started.
I wouldn't say minutes. I would say a day or two, but yeah.
They were advertising at Lashley up until the start of SmackDown. And then they replaced him with Dawkins.
And they knew he was hurt. So
they knew, yeah.
In the case where they knew someone was hurt and they still plugged the match until, like, I'm with you, but also injuries happen. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yes, and that's fine. But if you know
card subject to change.
Yeah.
I will say, like, out of the three of them, Asuka has been hurt for fucking months, so you shouldn't have put her in the tournament period.
Lashley, Asuka, those are examples. Like Selena Vega getting injured right before the house show match, that's different. I understand that. Card subject to change. However, if you know that the card is gonna be changed regardless, don't advertise something if you know you're not gonna be able to deliver.
I agree.
Yeah. We don't like to be blue balled.
Katie, spit or swallow.
Sorry, he was also talking. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you want to talk about his blue balls and his furry nipples.
Gross. That's gross. Okay, so I'm gargling the whole elite team AEW thing. Like I said, Eddie Kingston got hurt, and that's fucking bullshit. That sucks. We love Eddie Kingston. I love Eddie Kingston. I feel like he was doing his damnedest trying to hold shit down. So he got hurt, took him out. And then, I mean, Dynamite happens. You get Okada versus Dax. Okada obviously wins because it's Okada. And then you have the Elite come and just beat everyone down and then beat up the rest of Team AEW. And then to the person who is now the fucking fourth team member who broke his foot not even a month ago, broke his nose, is your fourth person. Darby Allin is the fourth member of Team AEW, and there are many other people you could have chose. Like tonight, you could have chose Daniel Garcia. We love Danny. Ricky Starks was my next one I was going to say. Ricky Starks, who you're doing quite literally nothing with. You could have had him. Now let's choose the one who's being held together by glue dots and prayers.
Sure.
It's fucking
Where the fuck is MJF?
Still hurt. He was seen at he was at a convention like a month ago, and his arm was still in a sling. He's not going to be back for quite a bit, I think.
That sucks.
That's what I think. I don't know. I don't know how long his intended plan was going to be out. But like that part, like I'm specifically spitting because why Darby? But I am kind of swallowing the idea that the Elite, the scumbags that they are, put a bounty basically on the rest of Team AEW. So FTR and Brian, and people are collecting said bounty or trying to. Lance Archer and the the Righteous.
The Righteous.
Them. Yeah, they answered that bounty tonight. Satnam Singh is answering it for next week because FTR won't be at Dynamite. So personally hope the Young Bucks run Darby over with a monster in it. I mean, something's gonna happen.
18-wheeler.
I don't think he's technically even fully cleared yet, so I don't know why they're letting this happen. But what the fuck?
Maybe he's gonna get jumped and taken out too. Spitting. First and foremost, I said that the way Team AEW was set up, Daniel Bryan and Eddie Kingston being on the same team didn't fucking make sense to me to begin with because they hate each other, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of if it's Team AEW versus Team Elite, so getting one of them out of there makes sense. Replacing them with Darby, that's a spit. I agree. Like the bounty thing is cool. I've come around on Mathematics and Nickelback in their new roles. Fuck them for firing Christopher Daniels.
Right in the middle of the ring after their match. That's so disrespectful.
So disrespectful, but also great heels for doing shit like that. And then Jack Perry dumping his drink all over Tony and making Tony sit there on commentary wet for the rest of the show, which is what I was doing after Mariah May. Neither here nor there. I saw what was supposed to be on Collision. Wasn't it?
Or it might have been on Rampage. I don't know because they went back to back tonight.
Well, I saw Deonna Purrazzo was wrestling somebody on Rampage, and then Collision I thought was Serena Deeb versus
Anna Jay.
Anna Jay, yeah.
Yeah, Tony came out and did some things. I'll talk about it. Don't worry.
Okay. Give me a reason to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, we are not Darby fans over here. I had him in my Deadpool, and then he bailed on Kilimanjaro or Everest like a bitch.
Why do you always keep saying Kilimanjaro?
Because I want to kill a man, Jaro. I was trying to get that point. Kill a man.
I have yet to get a fucking point, and this shit's pissing me off.
What's up, Circle of Debate? Ivan, how you doing? Vince, spit or swallow?
I'm gonna start off with SmackDown, and I'm gonna swallow probably the best thing on SmackDown, which was the opener, Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. They put on a fucking clinic. It was fantastic. There were so many really good King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament matches this week that deserve match of the week honors, but this one to me was my personal favorite because I could argue that Tiffany could win. I could argue for Bianca. They teased us with the Bianca knee injury. She's very good at selling her injuries. She's very good in the ring. She's a fantastic storyteller. Both women killed it. It was a fantastic match. Now we got Bianca moving on to the semifinals. It was a good match. KOTR SmackDown the right way.
I'm swallowing the match. I'm spitting the fact that the match was shrouded in bullshit.
Yes.
We talked about this last night, not on a podcast, but I am not someone to sit here and tell anyone whether you should or shouldn't be offended by something, or whether you should or shouldn't consider something that was posted by Tiffany Stratton as racist. That's not my place. I'm not going to tell you if I thought it was or I wasn't. It's not my place. It's an individual's perception of an event. If you felt that it was out of pocket and racist, you are completely entitled to your opinion. If you didn't, you're also entitled to that opinion. I'm not going to sit here and tell you should believe one way or the other. However, Bianca being pregnant and then people saying that Tiffany kicked her on purpose to kick the baby and all this crazy shit that shrouded this match, which was a great fucking match. Don't get me wrong. Tiffany, again, should not have posted what she posted. We've talked about posting things regardless of their intent, how they can be perceived, regardless of blah, blah, blah. Shit like that shouldn't be posted because it can be taken and perceived and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So not necessarily that, but just like the Bianca being pregnant shit and kicking the baby. And then
if she was pregnant, why the fuck would they let her wrestle?
Wrestle if she was pregnant or not pregnant, and how long into a pregnancy you can wrestle. Like, shut the fuck up and enjoy the wrestling. Like, Allison said that it's probably that they would end up getting a surrogate or something anyway if you watch the show. So, like, yeah, maybe go watch the show with them and learn some things about them. Whatever.
Right.
Swallow the match, spit the IWC and all their fucking bullshit.
The way you said shut the fuck up reminded me of that interview that Eminem did way back when he was in the middle of that beef with MGK. And I think I need to clip that little sound bite. I was like, shut the fuck up. So
you saying Tiffany lost a handicap match? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's what Jesus is trying to say. No, listen. People speculate. One person speculates, and it explodes into a cesspool of ridiculousness. The only thing I will say is people like to snoop. They like to try and figure out what the fuck is going on because they have nothing better to do. The best thing that came out of that is Angelo Dawkins trolling everybody because he's amazing. And let's see what the kid count is up to today on Montez's Ford's Instagram. Because I mean, it all started because he changed it from 2 to 3. Let's call that out right now. It is
word of the day is pull out.
Word of the day is pull out. Shout out to Angelo Dawkins. And now on Montez Ford's Instagram, he is now a father of 11. He keeps adding more. And he's in on it. Like they know it's a joke. They know that everyone's fucking stupid and they're laughing about it. They're laughing at you all being stupid. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, yeah.
Idiots.
Couldn't let me enjoy this match in peace initially.
Well, all right. I'm gonna stick to SmackDown with you, Vince, because I'm happy about something. Because I heard you talk about it on Get Show where you're like, well, Matt said, we might get Jay versus Tama and blah, 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 blah. And
I know where you're going.
Tama Tonga and all of the weird mouth noises that he made prior to his match defeats LA Knight. We build a feud between probably two of the most talented and cockiest people on the roster in LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes between their 2 matches.
Yeah.
Both of them taking L's because Randy Orton also lost or won. Randy won. Mello lost in the main event. But Tama won, so he moves on to the semifinals against Randy Orton, or I guess the SmackDown finals, and then there's the championship, however you want to look at it. Because they've been saying semifinals, which means this would be the finals, but the finals really happened at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. And then on the other side, we have Gunther and Jey Uso, right? Men's King of the Ring qualifiers. Jay qualified.
No, Jay and Dragunov. Gunther faced Kofi.
Jay qualified. Gunther qualified.
Okay.
I knew what you
Yes,
meant.
Jay defeated Dragunov. Gunther defeated Kofi. They qualified, like Randy and Tama qualified. So now we have, I'm going to tell you right now, the one matchup I do not want to see is Gunther versus Randy Orton. I don't.
Yeah.
For King of the Ring. I don't. I know they pushed Randy's never been King of the Ring. I don't really give a fuck at this point if Randy gets King of the Ring or not. Randy's done so much in his fucking career. I don't need to see Randy at this stage win a fucking King of the Ring. It isn't going to mean shit for him. King of the Ring is one of those things that you win to elevate your career, not to like put another notch in your fucking bedpost, right? Like, it's not one of those things. This is to build someone up. This would help push Gunther into the next, the main event for guys like Cody and Priest. This would help Tama establish himself as this dominant force along with Tangaloa and Solo Sikoa and this new iteration of the bloodline. This would help move Jay and, his entrance and the Yeet and all of that to, again, solidify him in that main event Jey Uso, he's now King of the Ring. Everyone benefits but Randy Orton. I do not want to see Randy Orton versus Gunther. Randy versus Jay, maybe, because that means Jay's probably going over. I'd hate to see Tama lose, though, with what they're building. So give me Jay versus Tama. Give me Gunther versus Tama, because, again, Gunther and his style versus a guy who's coming from New Japan and has worked a very strong, rough style, who's a violent person. I want violence. Just give me fucking violence, right? Especially with Gunther. I want two men to go in there and beat the living piss out of each other.
Wait, so you're okay doing Jay versus Randy because you feel that Jay will
Jay's gonna
definitely
win. Yes.
So you don't feel confidently that Gunther versus Randy, that Gunther would win? Do you think it'd be more 50-50, or do you think Randy has more of a plausible...
I just have no interest in seeing Gunther versus Randy in a match, to be honest with you. Not for King of the Ring.
Yeah.
I feel like Randy would make Jay look like $1 million. Gunther doesn't need Randy to make him look like $1 million.
I think it'd be a good match.
Jay's getting all that shit about only having 2 moves and the same moveset as his brother and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Jay and Randy would have a fantastic match. Randy would make Jay look like $1 million. He would. Randy and Gunther, yeah, sure, they'd probably have a good match, but Gunther doesn't need Randy to make him look like he's fucking Gunther. He doesn't need that.
Randy's fucking Gunther?
It's the only match I'm not interested in out of that lineup. So.
Listen, my bracket's already busted. I was out here rooting for Gunther versus Mello as my finals. That's what I want. I was rooting for Mello to win that thing since last week, but it is what it is. Like you said, they're setting up something with LA Knight, so yeah.
And I'm stoked for LA Knight versus Mello.
No, that's gonna be good. They got like a lot of heat behind that feud and just 2 or 3 backstage interactions. Fucking fantastic. Shout out to them.
I know Katie's excited for Gunther v. Mello. Or LA Knight v. Mello. That's what I meant.
Yes. Well, of course. They're both petty little shitheads in the best way. So it works. Just like the trash talking between the 2 segments that they've done, like, well done. Spelling Bee champion Mello, like, come on, that shit was funny as hell. Told him to go sit down. I love it.
Katie, spit or swallow.
All right, I'll be positive for a second here. I'm going to swallow Lillian Garcia getting in the ring with Samantha and making me one of the happiest people all week until, Darby came out. That was one of the coolest moments. Lillian even said she kind of just drove to Raw and see everybody. She wasn't expecting to come out and be in the ring, but Triple H was like, "No, go ahead, do this." And it was cool that she got to introduce Kofi, because she introduced Kofi for a lot of his career. And then you had Samantha introduce Gunther. and that's because that's one of the like main introductions she's been doing. So it was cool to see like the physical passing of the torch between the two of them, because ladies get it done, and I love both of them, and that makes me so happy.
I don't know. I hear women are too emotional in wrestling, Katie. That's what TikTok's been telling me.
TikTok can suck my dick.
TikTok gets a little too emotional for it. Anything in general.
I'm sorry. The TikTok's been telling me that, and also apparently Kansas City Chiefs kickers have been talking about women and what they should and shouldn't be doing.
That fucking guy. You're going to stand there. You kick a fucking football. Congratulations. I can do that too. You're going to stand there and tell a room full of women who just busted their ass for 4 or more years and be like, yeah, you guys did it. Congratulations. But also, you're just going to be wives and mothers. Congratulations. That's all you really were.
He's said so much worse shit since then, too.
I stopped seeing it because I have blocked it out because it irritates me to my core, and I'm trying to get better at not being angry, and that doesn't fucking help.
I just love that a guy who plays for a team that's mostly famous outside of NFL fans for the fact that one of their players is dating Taylor Swift is telling women that they should be at home cooking and raising children.
Also, Patrick Mahomes literally credited a woman for helping him win the Super Bowl. So, and also now that guy's fucking jersey is like the #1 bestseller. If I see any man wearing that, you're getting punched right in the mouth. I don't care. Buy me rings on all 10 fingers on fucking site. I see any woman wearing it too, we're scrapping. Point blank.
Whoopi Goldberg apparently.
Fuck Whoopi Goldberg too then. Like, anyone defending this man, y'all can suck it.
Jesus has embraced the hate.
No. I have a headache.
A woman who's had like a huge career of her own is anyway.
His mom was like, I can't. We need to move on. My head's gonna explode.
I'm so glad I didn't run into any of that.
On the bright side, we've got women like Samantha Lillian doing their thing on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Having careers, being successful, not needing no. I'd argue that Samantha's more successful than Ricochet. Neither here nor there. Do your thing, ladies.
I mean, she's not the speed champion. So
the belt that he doesn't even get to carry onto TV.
It's exclusive rights to X.
Vince, spit or swallow?
Let's see. I'm gonna stay on SmackDown. I'm gonna go ahead and swallow. No, actually, I'm gonna spit women here, but it's more or less the results of the Jade versus Nia match. They had to get themselves out of this pickle because they're like not going to give us Bianca versus Jade on a random SmackDown in Saudi Arabia. They're going to wait to build that up in a big time pay-per-view. Obviously, it's the reason we didn't get Dragunov versus Gunther on the Raw side in the men's tournament. But the way they set it up with Nia going to use the steel chair on Jade grabs the steel chair and then uses it on Nia. It's like did you just like forget in that instance that like I thought it made her look kind of like dumb for using the chair. That's a different conversation. I'm not going to have that conversation. She should be in the tournament because she's one of the biggest stars in that women's division, period. She shows up and the star power just like oozes out of her.
I think what he means is if she wasn't going to win, she should have never been in the tournament.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why Braun Breaker wasn't in the tournament either. So that's just kind of my whole thing with Jade. If you wanted to do a thing where she gets disqualified because of it, you saw the interactions with Jade's daughter there. Like, what if Nia goes and tries to attack her daughter and then she comes in with the steel chair out of rage? That makes more sense than just catching the chair shot from Nia and then swinging back at her. Yeah, but
fucking shit the Jade's daughter and tried to whack her with a chair. So Jade, out of anger, got her licked back with the chair and it cost her the match. That's literally what happened.
Facts.
Don't even be like, well, no, that's literally what happened.
Facts don't care about your feelings, Vince.
All facts, no printer.
All right.
No, I have to spit too. I was not a fan of the fact that we did a DQ finish to get into the finals of whatever. Nia versus Bianca will be cool. I honestly don't. Oh, what's up? Reek showed up. Katie providing unprovoked assaults is pretty wild.
No, those assaults are pretty much provoked.
Fucking guy's jersey and you won't get attacked. I'm just saying.
Speaking of Katie, real quick sidebar. I saw the most Katie thing ever watching 1998 WCW.
Oh no.
We're in the build up for Halloween Havoc. One of the major feuds is Scott Steiner versus Rick Steiner, the father of Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Brother versus brother. In the build of this feud, for weeks we've been hearing this eerie laugh just randomly on the show. We get the reveal the Nitro before, and it's Chucky who shows up to talk shit to Braun Breaker's father. And then you remember Chucky talking shit to Braun Breaker in NXT. All of this. The dog-faced gremlin barks. Braun barks. I'm watching it, and I was like, oh, Katie would love this.
Hashtag renew Chucky. Give me a fucking season 4, damn it.
Before we renew Chucky, ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about Patreon, specifically patreon.com/creationworld, where for $1, speaking of what I just brought up, you get 3 shows. Return to Wrestling with Matt and Travis. The latest episode is dropping very soon. We're recording it on Tuesday, and it is Halloween Havoc 1998. The infamous pay-per-view where Goldberg took on Diamond Dallas Page, and the match cut off, and we watched the show the way that everyone in 1998 watched it. Even though it's available in full, I stopped it at the lockup, and we will not continue to watch it until we move on to the next Nitro and watch it like everyone else did in 1998. So,
hilarious.
We are covering that. Come check that out. We also have If You Have to Ask with me and my wife, Kate, where we do Am I the Asshole posts from Reddit. We'll be recording one of those very soon as well. But our most recent one is available. The most recent episode, which is War Games 1998, Fall Brawl War Games, is available now. If you subscribe now, you'll already be ready when the new episodes drop. Speaking of new episodes, we also have Multiverse with Travis Amara. So if like wrestling's your thing and like, or not your thing, and Am I the Asshole posts aren't your thing, I don't know why you're watching this if wrestling isn't your thing, but like you like DC, you like comic books, you like the animated stuff. Travis and Mara break those down. They're
Yeah, no,
okay. Thanks, Vince. Their most recent episode is Crisis on Infinite Earths, which just dropped on Max. The next episode is going to be Batman Hush. So yeah, go check out that. Subscribe to the Patreon, and if you got a little extra money in your pocket, you want to give us a little more support than just that $1, we have higher tiers. The higher tiers, the more you get. We don't take anything away. Everything at that $1 tier is available at every other tier, but we just add things on the more money you give us, including our show ad-free. However, Travis is here to tell you about my favorite motherfucking sponsor, how to spice up your life and make sure your significant other doesn't end up on Ashley Madison.
To spice things up in the bedroom, then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code EROTICA at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description.
Speaking of erotica, you know what gets me hard in wrestling? When wrestling and horror come together, ladies and gentlemen. My next swallow is the QR codes. Something that we loved when we were chasing the rabbit before Bray made his comeback. Something that is kind of come back. And I know it's been a little, people are like, on it. However, this week we got the Wendy Lucho article, which if you unscramble that anagram says Uncle Howdy. And it was an article about a missing woman. The missing woman is apparently the therapist that the Fiend saw in one of the early vignettes that they did. We also saw on WWE.com, I believe over on either Instagram or Twitter, they had a video where it was Wendy Lucho in like a grainy fucking thing, someone recording her coming into an office to sit down and have a chat. Very, very interested. I do not like any of the speculation about the Wyatt Six and who is going to be in it. None of it. I'm not interested in any of that bullshit. I just want my final draft pick, one Taylor Rotunda, to debut in whatever gimmick he is going to debut and see where this goes. And I'm excited for it. We've been getting the weird screen shit and the QR codes and all of this. I'm stoked for it. I loved this little Easter egg and tie back to the Bray stuff and all of that. I don't care about the Wyatt Six. I don't care about Gacy. I don't care about any of that bullshit that people are like, oh, fuck that shit. Give me Taylor. Go ahead, Katie.
I was gonna say it was on like WWE's Twitch. Like they had a whole fucking thing. It started with like Kane's full entrance from his Bray Wyatt's first match. They're doing a lot of callbacks and ties to Bray and his career and like specific dates that mean something to him or the original Wyatt family. The latest one is like 4/7/14, and I don't remember which one that means because there's been so many of them. But one of the dates was like when Eric Rowan joined the Wyatt family, and it's just like a lot of stuff, obviously leading back to Bray. I'm not sure what the plan is, but this was a very unique take on the QR codes because they've been teasing that like someone went missing and oh my god, it was the psychologist therapist from those fucking USA Network ads they did and they only showed the Fiend's one like twice. And it was just like something so small. And you said about the anagram of Uncle Howdy. I like what they're doing with it, honestly.
Great. And I'm glad you brought that up because another thing that was in one of those QR codes was a picture and it had the date and the time for the Twitch stream and a floppy disk that said Twitch, but the T was separated. And everyone just focused on the fact that it said which and ignored that there was a T off to the side, which drove me crazy because I saw Twitch. I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be a Twitch thing. So swallowing that fan.
Yeah, it was good stuff. They acknowledged it on SmackDown. They also showed the video of like the therapist on SmackDown as well. It's the first time that they acknowledged it on commentary like that. And they even poked a nod to like the whole Bray Wyatt stuff because Corey was like, well, you know what happened the last time we saw the QR code showing up. So we'll see what happens. I know you're not a fan of the speculation, but I like to wildly speculate things. So I've had my own list of who I would like to see in association with Bo, Taylor Rotunda, whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like disappointed or upset if so and so isn't included. I just think there's so many
Gacy's not on that fucking list.
I don't care. As long as you see people like, let's say, a Dexter Lumis, for instance, get an opportunity to get on TV, something like that would make sense. I can see maybe even in Alexa Bliss, that one makes sense, and I know she would want to like put on a good. I
miss Alexa.
Yeah, I miss Alexa too. Yeah, but yeah. All swallows, all good shit. And one of the dates I think was 5/23/24, which is Bo Dallas's birthday, but it's also when Crown Jewel is going to take place on.
It's Bray's birthday.
No, it was Bo's.
5/23 is Bray's birthday, and I know that because it's my best friend John's birthday as well.
It's Googleable.
It is Googleable, and I will be right.
And I will be correct. Is he Googling it?
Well, he's Googling that, Katie. Spit or swallow.
Oh man, where should I go?
To the moon. Oh, wait, he's fired. Never mind.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Disrespectful. Okay, I'm gonna swallow Toni Storm. Of course. Her match with Harley, great. Loved it. Awesome. I love what they're doing. Then Serena, and this ties in. So Serena Deeb had a match against Anna Jay on Collision. And towards the very end of the match, Luther comes out and takes the flag that Serena Deeb comes out with, the Deeb's Dojo, takes it off of the pole, and then he walks up to the thing after Serena Deeb wins, goes up to the top of the ramp. Mariah May, looking beautiful as always, hot girl graps, love her, comes out, they hold up the flag. Toni Storm comes out, gets behind the flag, derobes, as in throws her bra, takes everything off, and then wraps herself in Serena Deeb's flag, just being a saucy, saucy lady. And I love it. I love everything they're doing with Toni. This crazy behavior she's doing. Because who the fuck does that? Who? Toni, that's who. I'm loving everything with it. This is fun.
I have, in my notes, swallowing everything Toni Storm and her promos and whatever weird mother-daughter kink she has with Mariah May and her bosom. Toni defeats Harley. Listen, shout out to Harley, right? When I was introduced to Harley, she was just that girl that was singing with Scarlett and Shotzi in a couple songs, who was fairly attractive. And then she was kind of a manager. She was doing the stuff with QT. She got in the ring and she can actually go. Maybe it's who she's wrestling with, but she's not bad at all. Serena watching from the ramp, and then all the stuff that you just added in and everything that happened. Yes, swallowing all of that. Vince, Bray Wyatt was born the exact same day as my best friend John, May 23rd, 1987. Bo Dallas was born May 25th, 1990, 3 years and 2 days later.
So technically, we were both wrong. I mean, both right in the sense that, yes, you're right about Bray Wyatt's birth dates.
I know,
but the dates of the QR code was 2/24/23, which for us it'd be 2/25 here, but in Saudi Arabia it'd be 2/24, which would be the dates in Saudi Arabia for King and Queen of the Ring.
So
which
it had nothing to do with his birthday.
Technically, yeah, both. I don't know. That's what I was seeing. People were saying that it was his birthday.
And the month is 5. So
when it comes to Bray Wyatt, ignore the internet and listen to Matt Ritter.
No, I remember what it was. It was 2/24/23, which is the postal code for Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
That's what it was. My fault. I mixed up the things.
It's all good. But Bray Wyatt was born the exact same day as my best friend John, and I feel like I got gypped because I could have had Bray as a best friend and I ended up with John, and I told him that.
Well, John is a new best friend, so it's okay. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, he's got Will.
Would Bray had given you a Matt Riddle action figure for your birthday? I don't think so.
No, he wouldn't have. He really wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have.
Vince, spit or swallow.
Let's see. Let's talk some positives on women's wrestling this time around, and I'm gonna swallow Lyra Valkyria as a whole on Monday. I think this is the first time we saw her full main roster entrance, because last week she made the run in, and I made the exact same point on Getcho. She had the run in to save Becky Lynch, then she did the impromptu match with Dakota Kai, I believe. This time around, she had a match against Zoe Stark. She had the full entrance. It was fucking fantastic. The crowd with the crowd chants were actually doing her whole woos like they do in NXT, which was fantastic. It's always very hard for crowd chants from NXT to carry over to the main roster. So kudos to her. Kudos to the fans. They did a really good job considering that I don't even know what city they were in, but I don't think it's like known for like a big wrestling market.
I don't remember where they were.
Yeah, fantastic win versus Zoe Stark. Had a hell of a match. She's one of the people that I would love to see get that crown and be crowned Queen of the Ring, because she already feels like a top star. She's barely been on the main roster maybe 2 weeks now, and she feels like she's already on that Becky Lynch, Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair level, and she's superseded names like Shayna and Zoe and others.
Anyone that's been watching this show knows that we have been touting the praises of Lyra Valkyria. I have flat out said, again, also in my draft, that she is my favorite women's wrestler currently today.
Yes.
I fucking love her. I was very interested in her when she was Aoife Valkyrie in NXT UK. She came over to NXT and has been killing it. Huge fan of her. So yes, Vince, everything. And the fact that everyone but Will is coming around on her because Will still considers her little Deonna Purrazzo or discount Deonna Purrazzo, whatever the fuck he called her and said he can't get into her.
Not Deonna Purrazzo. Taya Valkyrie.
No, he said Baby Deonna.
No, he said Baby Deonna in my chat on Thursday.
That's what it was.
Jesus, disrespectful. I still don't like the little like feather things, but they're not as like pomp and circumstance that they were in NXT. I don't personally like it.
You know what Valkyries were?
I know.
Winged warrior.
I know. I'm well aware. I don't think it's good. Personally,
ladies and gentlemen, since we're going to talk about things that we love, we're going to get positive. Let's get motherfucking positive, ladies and gentlemen. Because
I know what this is.
For the heritage, ladies and gentlemen, your new Heritage Cup champion. And my number one draft pick, Tony D'Angelo.
Hell yeah. Tony D'Angelo.
And listen, I got a little worried there, right? At the end, fucking Damon and whoever the fuck the other guy is that nobody cares about that's part of the new Quarter Catch crew showed up. I thought they were going to fuck some shit up. Good for you, motherfucker. Listen, I've been hearing you talk Godfather and all sorts of shit. I told you your rights have been revoked, Reek. You're not allowed to trash the Don and talk about Goodfellas. As an Italian from Chicago, I have that right. Your rights to talk mob shit have been revoked. They packed those men in the trunk last week.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some shit. Tony comes in for the heritage. And listen, again, I love Will. It doesn't sound like it this episode. This episode just been me being like, fuck Will and his opinions, right? Will
said
it
fuck Will and his opinions. I'm
Will
down
said
on
it felt like a consolation prize. I disagree. You're not going to take the title off Obafemi. You're not going to take the title off Trick now. Tony's got to start somewhere. We start with the Heritage Cup. We put the Heritage Cup in the restaurant. It is for the heritage, ladies and gentlemen. My boy Tony, he pulled the win out. He got that motherfucking win, right? It wasn't looking good there for a second, but he got it.
No, I had faith in my dog.
Yes, Vince.
I wanted to chime in, but I'd like to let Katie go first before I go in.
You did until you left the chat because I was praising the Don.
Just put your.
He shoots himself in the foot. He shoots himself in the foot sometimes.
He does.
Anyways, Katie, did you want to add to the Don being your Heritage Cup champion?
I mean, listen, I praise him enough on my show. It's Tony fucking D'Angelo. See, I'm also Italian, so like I understand. I'm not from Chicago, but I'm Italian. I agree with Matt. I don't think of it as a consolation prize in any way, shape, or form. You can't, like you said, you can't take the title off Elba. You can't take the title off Trick. It just wouldn't make sense right now. Like, Exactly. Yeah. Like he can't be beating Oba or Trick, so it's all good.
I agree.
He says,
I'm not pushing this man to the moon right now. Like, don't get me wrong. I was cool with him beating Dragunov on Dragunov's way out. But,
yeah, that makes sense.
That was Trick's spot. I'm good with that. We love Trick. Whoop that Trick. Oba's killing it. I'm not trying to take that away from those men. I love Baby Regal.
So,
well, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro.
Bros.
Yeah.
Even though he's
got
not
a new heritage. And it's
British,
motherfucking Italian.
And he looks British. It pisses me off.
I mean, he's technically British.
But he doesn't sound like... It's the same thing with fucking, Timothy Thatcher? Like the most
yes.
American?
Yes.
Why are you not British?
He's got... At least Baby Regal's got Regal semen in him. So he's got the British DNA.
I don't like that phrasing in any way, shape, or form.
Listen.
You're not a fan of British semen?
No, I'm good.
Fish and chips?
You know it's... Yeah. So, here's my 2 cents on it. The Don should have won that.
Fact.
The Don should and deserves that accolade and that win. Because he's honestly one of the bigger... Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. One of the bigger / better. Jesus, fuck is going on over there?
He is a bigger, better Jesus. I agree. And he fucks. The Don fucks. All of what Vince just said.
Yeah, the Don is a bigger and better star. One of the bigger and better stars in NXT in the entire brand. He's a character, and this is a character-based company. This is a television show about pro wrestling. He fits in perfectly. However, I will say this.
No.
That I think that he is bigger than the Heritage Cup. I think he is much bigger than the Heritage Cup. If I could rearrange things, I'd have Obafemi be Heritage Cup champion and he be North American champion, because then Obafemi can put on banger matches with that Heritage Cup stipulation. Now, if I could fantasy book things just to make things better for the Don, have Stacks or I forget the other guy. The lawyer
Luca
guy.
Crucifino.
Luca, there you go. I'll just think of Luca. Have Luca or Stacks hold that Heritage Cup the entire time. Don't let that man carry his own cup. You know, he's too big. Just like Roman never held this title until it was time to raise it. Paul Heyman held it for him. And what the Don should do...
Practical Jokers motherfuckers, right? They can carry the cup.
I didn't watch the end of NXT, and after I got spoiled watching.
No, this was last week. This was last week.
Okay. I don't think I watched NXT last week. That's right.
It was Thursday. You had 2 days to finish NXT. I'm not.
That's on me. That's like I said. That was on me. That's on me. That's on me. But what I would love to see.
I didn't finish NXT yet.
What I would love to see, and I don't think we're going to get this, man, but I would love to see this. Let him have the physical cup in his possession, have someone hold it, but I want him to get his own Heritage Cup championship title belt that he actually gets to wear, and then we move away from the cup and have a championship, and now it's the Heritage Championship, and now we have 2 mid-card titles for NXT.
And you paint that in green, red, and white without the tattoo in the middle, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be beautiful.
The tattoo in the middle.
Fuck off, man. The most tattooed person in this chat is anti-tattoos.
I'm not anti-tattoos. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I get your point. I get your point.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Katie, spit or swallow.
I can't believe it's already my turn again. My lord. I'm swallowing Willow Nightingale. Listen, one of the kindest, precious baby angels in the world. You can just tell with that personality. Defending that title, taking it to Japan, having banger matches in Japan, or wherever the fuck they were. I don't even know if it actually was Japan. I don't know. It was a New Japan show or a Stardom show. I don't know. She was wrestling. But they had their contract signing. Her and Mercedes had their contract signing on Wednesday. And, you know, Mercedes talks her shit, whatever. Willow pulls out the line of the night. Well, one of. I'll talk about another one later that popped me. She, obviously, they had their match and where Mercedes got hurt, she couldn't finish the match. She basically was like, match is done, gotta go. Willow's talking about this and was like, I might get the whole thing wrong, but
I have the exact quote.
Please say the exact quote for me, please.
Last time we fought, I walked out a champion and you didn't walk out at all.
Bars. Fucking bars. I cackled. I fucking cackled when she said that shit. I cackled. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna piss people off. I do not want Mercedes to win that fucking title next week. If she does, that's bullshit and disrespectful to Willow. I'm just saying. She should not be a transitional champion.
I understand why they would do it. It makes sense, whatever. I will say this. Willow will be fine, because I agree with you. On my Swallows, I have Willow. Her confidence, her presence, it's awesome. Her standing across the ring from Mercedes, looking like she belongs in the ring with someone that has the pedigree and history in professional wrestling of a Mercedes Moné. Putting Mercedes through the table. She has come so far in such a short time, and just owning who she is and being in that ring and just being about the shit. Whatever she goes on to do after this, she'll be good. I understand why they would want to put that belt on Mercedes, but if they keep it on Willow, I'm not going to be mad, because dude, Willow fucks. Not like Tony fucks, but Willow still fucks.
Everybody fucks. I think we already had a title that was called that.
I thought Vince looked like he had something to add. I was giving Vince a spot to hop in.
I was waiting for him to say something.
Oh no, I didn't watch Dynamite.
Okay, Vince, spit or swallow.
I didn't watch Dynamite, but I will say something about something AEW related. And I'm just spitting Mercedes Moné in general on AEW programming. The presentation, what they're doing with her, they haven't done anything of relevance, anything of importance, anything of interest with her. And I don't know if it's Mercedes to blame because she can't cut promos. I don't know and because there's not more of a, hey, this is what I need you to say type of thing. And maybe Mercedes is one of those wrestlers that need more of a scripted promo or more of a bullet point promo. And then based off of Punk's allegations, it doesn't seem like there's much direction. And they just kind of say whatever the fuck they say anyways. Maybe she just can't cut that promo. And that's not her strength. I love Mercedes Moné. Love Sasha Banks more. She's not the best on the mic. And her punchline is still the same cheesy bullshit. And I will say this. I get it why she's not in the ring. Her strong suit is being in that ring, being one of the best women's wrestlers. Cleared. She's not cleared. But that's my biggest gripe. Why the fuck would you debut her? I get it. You did it in her hometown. Get that huge pop. I think she would have gotten a huge pop regardless. Why not wait until she can actually deliver with her strengths as a performer, as a wrestler, versus just handicapping her? They're doing the opposite. Look, Punk has not been cleared to wrestle. Right now, Drew isn't cleared to wrestle. They haven't touched each other. And yet, I think that's the most anticipated matchup in wrestling, or at least one of the most.
See them touch each other.
Oh, man. I want to see.
I want them to touch each other so bad.
I want to see Phil and Drew touch each other on live TV in front of thousands of people.
I hope I'm there. I'll record it.
But regardless of the fact, they're able to get away with that because Drew's fantastic on the mic. Punk is one of the best on the mic. Mercedes, that's not her strength. So why show her? I feel like you're doing her a disservice, and it's a common thing with AEW. You guys mentioned Ricky Starks earlier. Why the fuck is Ricky Starks not on TV?
Tony Khan hates us.
Tony Khan can't jungle more than one good
guy
at the same time. That too. But also, he might have hurt Edge's feelings when they had the little promo back and forth, and Edge just completely murdered him on the mic.
Well, that is a great transition, Vince, because not only did I think, hey, we're talking AEW, let me get some Coke. I'm swallowing officially the House of Black versus Adam Copeland. Specifically, the House of Black wrecking Adam Copeland. Malachi instructs Buddy to take Adam's wedding ring away from him.
Mm-hmm.
As they beat him down, they strip him of his wedding ring. They talk about, we had the whole vignette about like destroying him so he can go back to being a father and blah, blah, blah. And now they're like, we're taking your wedding ring away. Fucking Kyle O'Reilly came out, and you guys know I can't stand fucking Kyle O'Reilly. He got wrecked. He failed because he's fucking Kyle O'Reilly, and that's what he does. Tried to help, fucking failed. Coke gets gangbanged in the corner. 3-man gangbang in the corner. Love that. And then Malachi cuts another vignette with the fucking wedding ring and accepts the barbed wire steel cage match. I do believe we might finally see my boy Malachi holding a singles title after everything is said and done, and I am very excited for that. TNT champion Malachi Black.
100%. 100% Malachi Black should be TNT champion. He should be a champion, period. He should be highlighted as a single star. Malachi Black alongside Keith Lee were two of the big names that when they left WWE/NXT, they were misused on the main roster compared to what they were doing in NXT programming. Went over to AEW with the high hopes that they could be top stars in that heavyweight division. No, nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So I want Malachi to beat the fuck out of Adam Copeland and get that TNT title.
If Malachi wins, Adam Copeland has to bend the knee to the House of Black. That is a stipulation, which means that we might get the version of Adam Copeland that we wanted to get with what Judgment Day was supposed to be in a faction that is what I think Adam Copeland wanted Judgment Day to be. So that could be also very interesting.
Are you talking about
whatever the fuck we got now?
The supernatural stuff?
Yes.
Because Cope has went on to address that he didn't want to do the supernatural stuff, and that's why he was out of the faction. Because they wanted to go in that direction. Yeah.
That's crazy because
like they had it with him and then they got rid of him and then
that's the funny part. That's the funniest thing because Vince was still in charge at that point, and he's like, I don't want to do the supernatural stuff, and they kicked him out of there, but also because Randy got hurt, but they turned him babyface, and then the minute he left the group, it changed into something completely different, and it morphed away from the supernatural stuff that he didn't want to do. He didn't want to be a ripoff of the Undertaker. He didn't want to do because he felt like he was doing a disservice to the Undertaker or something.
I mean, it's working pretty well for bisexual Undertaker / Cuntertaker.
Cuntertaker's
still champion right now.
Bisexual Undertaker makes it work. I don't know if Edge really made it work.
I also have to do a quick because I didn't put this in when I talked about the amazing thing that is new Heritage Cup champion. Side spit is Ava fucking with the family, charging them $20,000 because a referee got bronchitis. Like that's their fault.
I did see that. That shit was hilarious.
And the other guys from No Quarter Squad Catch Crew, they went on vacation. All the Don did was fit them in the back of the car.
They were fun.
I'm just saying, Tony's like, listen, they went on vacation. I don't know where the fuck they went. We just dropped them off at the airport. We made sure they fit in the trunk. We got them to the airport. I don't know what happened to them. They came back, but finding him, however, shout out to Rizzo for pulling out the stack and just handing it over real quick. Fine paid. We're good to go. So,
yeah.
Good shit. I love it.
Good shit. Do you want to talk about Malachi and Edge before I let you spit or swallow, Katie?
Well, listen, you were getting mad at me because I was like, oh, I can't wait for Copeland to go through all of House of Black to get to Malachi. And you're like, that's not what I fucking want. And we're getting mad at me when I knew this is what we were getting at. And you were
had no faith in Tony Khan.
You had no faith. You should have had faith in me, motherfucker. I wouldn't let you down. I never do. I knew this was going to happen.
Facts.
Copeland is going to lose, and he's going to pledge allegiance to the House of Black, as we all should. And it's going to be great, and I'm very excited.
What's the over-under that Tony fucks this over and has Adam Copeland retain? The same night he gives the title to Mercedes Moné. Like,
if that happens, y'all aren't gonna
Pretty
want
good,
to see me
actually.
next week if that happens.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have a lot of fucking words. None of them are gonna be nice.
is that like zero sugar Coca-Cola?
It is zero sugar Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay, wasn't sure.
Everything I've been drinking for like the last year and a half is zero sugar.
Okay.
Katie, spit or swallow?
Where am I gonna go? Okay, so I'm spinning everything Jericho and Hook and Big Bill because what the fuck is the point of this? I mean, Hook did hit Jericho with a microphone and he bled, so that was kind of funny. But it's more so Shibata's role in this. I love the voice text he does. Because, like, listen, he's a New Japan guy. He knows, like, his English might not be the strongest, so he uses the fucking voice of text. And some of the shit he says is hysterical. Like, why are you going to roast Samoa Joe, who came to talk to you guys about why you guys fighting each other when you two could be the two baddest bastards here? And he said he's too big to be wearing floral prints. Like, what the fuck, Shibata? It's messed up. Let Samoa Joe wear his pretty floral shirts. It's just the fucking one-liners he gets with that fucking phone. It's one of my favorite things to watch.
Renee was trying so hard not to lose her composure.
God bless her soul. She does her best every time he fucking says something.
I ignored everything Chris Jericho and specifically just swallowed the backstage segment with Samoa Joe, Hook, and Ciabatta Bread. I agree. Ciabatta Bread is winning me over with these voiceovers. He's too large to wear a floral pattern. After Samoa Joe's like said exactly what you said, imparting wisdom, right? And Hook's just a bitter, angry child who doesn't want to listen, which I've heard someone else say that. About that locker room. Which is apparently what. Okay, real quick, since you brought up Jericho, I'm 37 years old. I'm a fucking old man, and I hate the fact that we use the term memeing as a thing. I saw somebody say they were talking about the learning tree, and they're like, "Oh, it's Jericho memeing on CM Punk." I hate the phrasing of that. I hate it. But also fuck Jericho for acting like
being a
CM
thing
Punk was wrong or existing. Yeah, all that. I hate all that too. But like when I saw memeing, I'm like, that I don't like. I know you guys are children and this is what you do. Not for me. It's not for me.
I'm not a child.
Not you guys. Not you two specifically. The IWC, the people that I read, the younger kids.
I was like, damn, what we do?
It's the teens. I'm
about to sound like Jaylan in the chat this week. It's like, fuck me. What did I do?
Why are you saying fuck me for?
What'd you say fuck me for? What'd I do? Oh, man. Yeah, no, fuck Jericho. That's all I had. Yes.
Spit or swallow.
So this could be 2 or 1 depending on how the conversation goes, but I'm gonna start off with Judgment Day becoming the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. I have to specify which ones they are because I can't say Raw or SmackDown anymore. They defeated Authors of Pain, the Creed Bros, and New Catch Republic with the assistance of one Carlito. Shout out to Carlito. Hitting the backstabber on the announce table and fucking up his own back worse in the process. You have JD McDonough. I know. It was so stupid. I said it on Getcho too. It's like, bro, why? Why even do that? And then you have JD McDonough and Finn Balor winning. They feel like more of a natural tag team right now, especially with Finn Balor right now being the world champion and Dom being injured. So I'm all for it. I'm okay if they win the titles again. Obviously, I'm biased here, but shout out to them. Carlito with the assist. And then also he was accepted by Damian Priest later on in the night because initially he's like, I don't want any of your help, but if the boys want to work with you, that's on you, but you better handle your business because the crew doesn't roll with losers or something like that, right? And then afterwards, Priest was like, hey, Carlito, that was cool. He's like, said amigo to him. Finn Balor pop, JD pop. Dom popped. Everybody popped. I popped. It's all good stuff.
I'm gonna let
Why
you
is
have
he
this.
lifting weights?
I'm just gonna let Vince have it. I heard the dumb shit he said about Dominic Mysterio and his fucking snapback and his ugly ass mustache. I'll get you. I'm gonna let him have this. I'm not gonna talk shit. Enjoy it. You can have it. It's yours. I went and lifted some weights. Let Vince have his moment.
I felt like I was being ignored the whole time, but okay.
Would you rather be ignored or would you rather have me
Arguing with you.
We can have a discussion. We grown men. We don't have to like the same things. But just swallowing Judgment Day getting that dub and Carlito was giving the assists.
Carlito is the least trustworthy person in the history of WWE. You are swallowing your favorite faction being stupid.
Damn.
Listen, for all we know, he's turned over a new leaf.
That is now two of your favorite factions that have trusted this man, and not a month ago, the LWO learned why that was a bad fucking idea.
To be fair, that's on Ray. That's on Ray. Ray
And
over
now it'll be on Dom. Like father, like son.
The apple doesn't
Listen.
fall far from the tree.
Mira, Mateo. I'll say it like this. As a proud Latino of Latino members in wrestling factions, I'm all for the fucking cheese man. I'm all here for the fucking drama, and I'm here to see shit burn. So if this is going to give me entertaining television, I'm all for it. Whether it's in the benefit of the Judgment Day or not, it is in the benefit of my personal enjoyment and entertainment on the Monday nights. That's
Okay.
why I'm swallowing.
Okay. Just gonna hate to see this blow up in their fucking faces, especially Dom.
It's gonna be funny as fuck when it does. It's
They
gonna be
could have had
funny
our
as
truth,
fuck.
and they decided, oh no, we'll go with Carlito. That was
No. R-Truth is part of the LWO now. He's Latino.
Yeah, I saw that. Speaking of Latinos, I got Latino stuff to swallow for you, Vince. I'm swallowing Lola Vice.
Okay.
Getting the win. And I mentioned this, I forget where, maybe it was last night in the chat, but I don't know what kind of magical drug she slipped me via the TV, but Natty in NXT is kind of fucking working for me. Like, I saw some shit with her sitting on the fucking barricade, eating somebody's popcorn, seemed really relatable. She's hanging out with Carmen Petrovich. I don't know if I mentioned this last week because y'all were shitting on Carmen Petrovich for her entrance, even though she's a karate champion, which I think we did talk about last week. We got the challenge for the tag match. Lola and Shayna versus Natty and Carmen. RIP 2 Pause. I think that's how we got on this discussion last night with me talking about Natty starting to work for me. It is. So, Swallow and Lola get the win. I'm looking forward to the tag match. I'm not hating Natty in NXT.
I said it on Gacho. And it's like, why the fuck draft her to Raw? You found her nice little place over there in NXT. She's actually hitting over there. That's the perfect little spot for her. Just leave her there. Leave her there permanently. Why do you need her on Raw? You don't. You have Lyra
Get over
there.
Petrovich and put over Lola.
There you go.
Because Lola's the star there.
There you go. 100%.
Katie, spit or swallow?
She was fair. I'm gonna swallow Chad Gable.
No,
being a dick.
I think it's funny at this
He
point.
went too far.
He did. He crossed the fucking line.
In which aspect?
You don't slap Otis in the face.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Maxine comment.
Oh, what, Taylor not so swift?
Fuck that
No,
shit.
that was hysterical. Listen,
Maxine is great. I love Maxine. Not important. You do not slap Otis in the face.
it's gonna lead to what I want though, and I'm okay with this. Otis is going to break away and not stay with an abusive man, Chad Gable. and we're gonna get rid of that version of Alpha Academy. Maxine's gonna they're gonna flee the nest. You know, they're gonna fly away.
Yeah,
We're going to get the Creeds in Ivy Nile, and we're going to get.
We're gonna get Ivy Nile? I think we're gonna get
No.
the Creeds. I don't think we're getting Ivy.
we're not getting Ivy.
Gable had a conversation with Ivy Nile after he made fun of Maxine, basically. If Otis costs Chad Gable the IC title, I'm gonna be pissed. That's where you're gonna lose me.
No, see, fair play. He slapped that man. He's got it coming.
Yeah, he had it coming. You don't slap Otis and don't get ramifications.
I was thinking Ivar was in the IC match, but it's Bronson Reed and Ivar was supposed to be for the other title.
Yeah,
that's why I got confused for a second. Because I was like, it's not a triple threat anymore. It is. No, Chad Gable showed interest in Ivy. Like
he probably
and why would she go without like?
Because she doesn't agree with them.
Don't split up groups that work. They did that shit with fucking Enzo, Cass, and Carmella, and they left Carmella's ass in NXT, and that pissed me off back then.
She did better than both of them.
Can I fucking finish my sentence? That's what I was going to say. You left her in NXT and you gave her time, but at that time it pissed me off because they were a trio. They were a group. Same thing with the Creeds and Ivy Nile. You brought her up with the Creeds. She's actually doing shit, and she's doing shit, and like she's having her moment in NXT too. Like, I don't know why I can't get one fucking thing.
Well, so to your point, I agree with you, but the thing is, she's not really doing shit with the Creed. She's doing shit on her own already. So
or with Maxine.
Why not recruit them? But why not recruit her and then the Creeds?
He's gonna try to recruit all three of them. However, the Creeds are gonna be more in line with Chad. And then Ivy, this didn't seem like she was interested in what Chad Gable had to say, especially because of what he said about Maxine. She's very good friends with Maxine. I think what we're going to end up seeing is Maxine and Ivy break off to be in a tag team. Otis is going to be a singles guy, maybe still associates with Maxine, but I think Tozawa ain't going to do shit. Wasn't Gable talking shit about the Creeds too? I don't recall that. I can't speak to that.
So.
But it didn't seem like Ivy was she was very receptive of Chad Gable, and she's more on Maxine's side.
I'd be cool if that's the route they were going, and then Ivy does turn heel, join them, and then we get like a evil, strong, bad Ivy Nile. I'd be okay with that. However, from what I'm seeing, like Vince said, she's good friends with. She doesn't seem to enjoy the way Chad treats Maxine. She doesn't seem to like this whole new outlook that Chad has. I could see if the Creeds are like, listen, this is what we're going to do. She's like, I'm not about that shit. And that she rides with Maxine. She's already got her own shit going on. She hasn't really been associated with the Creeds. They haven't been a throuple for a while now. So,
So,
also,
doesn't mean you can't change your mind. People aren't allowed to change their fucking minds anymore.
Ivy went up.
Never, no.
Ivy went up to Maxine prior to Chad showing up and saying, it's like, hey, do you want to go train? And she was saying, hey, no, I can't. Master Gable doesn't want us training outside the academy anymore. And she basically gave her that talk. It's like, hey, you don't have to listen to this guy. Why are you listening to this guy? So, like, she doesn't like what Chad has to say right now. So,
okay, she might not like it right now. We don't know what the fuck will happen once the Creeds finally turn heel and Ivy could turn heel. Like, we don't know. I'm saying that's what I want, and they're planting seeds for it, so I could possibly get one thing that I want. One.
I think you get the Creeds.
Rhea was champion and won at WrestleMania.
Rhea's fucking hurt. She's gone.
Nothing you can do about that. You still
got Trick Willie as champ.
You got Trick. You got a lot of things that you want.
Whatever.
You got bisexual era in wrestling right now.
The bisexual era.
All right, Vince. Everyone, we're gonna do our last ones. So, Vince, spit or swallow.
So I talked about Priest already, but I'm gonna address more about Priest, and that was at the opening at Raw with Drew McIntyre. They had a little back and forth. Drew was talking about Punk, and then he talked about Priest. Priest wasn't having that. He's like, "Hey man, you're gonna talk about me? Do it to my fucking face," essentially. And I loved, because it's probably one of the best things that Priest has said and or done since he's been champion, where he just kind of used Drew McIntyre's own logic against him. He's like, bro, why the fuck are you mad at me for cashing in on you? You keep bitching and moaning. It's like, you're the one that got beaten up by a one-handed CM Punk. And then, like, you did the thing. You won the title. Like you said, all you had to do was just get out of your fucking way, go away with your wife and celebrate. But no, you focused on Punk, got your ass beat by him. And hey, man, I'm just doing what you told me to do. What were you telling me to do? If I was smart, I will wait until you beat Drew, until you beat Seth Rollins for the title, and then you beat down and injured Drew McIntyre. That's exactly what you told me to do. That's what I fucking did. And matter of fact, you fucked yourself over because I didn't want to cash in on you. I wanted to cash in on Seth Rollins. And then Drew should have seduced his wife instead of Punk. There you go. Or induced his wife. Whatever. Either or. Drew should have focused on his wife and not CM Punk. But I get the appeal of trying to focus on CM Punk. It happens to the best of us. But back to my point, that's what Damian Priest was saying. It's like, bro, I wanted to cash in on Seth. You kept stopping me from cashing in on Seth. We could have gone one-on-one, toe-to-toe, tore to the house down at WrestleMania for the title. No, you prevented me. I took your advice. You said you should do this. Why are you mad? I'm doing what you told me to do. And then on top of that, he said, bitch, you want a title match? Here's your fucking title match. This is the best Damian Priest has looked since he's won that title.
Agreed. Loving Cunter Taker.
Cunty Taker. One-on-one with the Cunty Taker.
No, not Cunty, Cunter Taker.
I like Cunty Taker.
Bisexual Undertaker. No, he really stepped up this week as champion and put his working boots on, and I love that entire interaction with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why.
Facts. Fire.
All right, I'm gonna do two real quick. One for Zoe and then mine. Swallowing Io Shirai advancing the Queen of the Ring tournament because Io Shirai is my daughter's favorite wrestler and she's happy. For me, I am swallowing the last thing I have from Dynamite. Swerve beating the shit out of Brian Cage because fuck Brian Cage and them for turning on him last week. And then things happening the way they're supposed to. Nick Wayne gets revenge with a low blow on Swerve. Christian comes out and says, I haven't forgotten what you did to my adopted child and the way you went to his place and beat the shit out of him. They beat the shit out of Swerve. They make him bleed. They rub it all over a picture of his family. May have said a few out-of-pocket things about how he's an absentee father. I don't know how I felt about that, but it is kind of his gimmick, talking shit about bad dads. Evil fucking Christian is a joy, and I can't not side with the fact that Swerve did all this fucked up shit to his adopted child. He's just getting revenge on Swerve.
Yeah.
So, but also fuck Nick Cage. I don't care about Nick Cage.
Nick Cage?
No.
No, not Nick Cage. Brian Cage.
There you
Right.
go.
You got Nick Cage, you got Nick Gage, you got Nick Wayne, you got Brian Cage. Nicolas Cage is an actor. That's not who I was talking about. Brian Cage. Swolverine, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Fuck that guy. Don't care. Got his ass beat by Swerve. Good thing.
Wait, Wolverine? What?
Swolverine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's a thing.
No, it'd be like Drew getting mad at Damian Priest for cashing in on him and following his instructions. Nick Cage, what he's saying, fuck me for.
Literally. Nicolas Cage is just like, what the fuck did I do? No, it's paying for your sins. Like, just because you're the baby face now doesn't mean you didn't do fucked up shit. It's like the same thing TC says about Bailey and Sammy. Like, you did shitty fucking things and you're getting your receipts for it. Sammy's just fucking evil and disrespectful and should not be IC champion. I'm standing by that point. Yeah.
I know Vince is with me because having Swerve on his roster is the reason why TC didn't vote for his roster to begin with. So Swerve's just causing damage all around.
Oh,
sorry, Katie,
yeah.
It's okay. But now next week it's Swerve and Nick Wayne. So Christian's basically taking something from Swerve each week. It was hair, and then it was his blood. And now next week it'll be something else. And then, no, stop it. And then his title, he says. But I like that idea of just slowly, like, taking something each week.
I thought we were gonna I thought we were gonna take his foreskin next week and circumcise him. And that's kind of like,
what the fuck is wrong with both of you?
I want to know how you know that he still has his foreskin, Vince.
I mean, I drafted him. You know, we had to do medicals. You know, like
you're the one doing those.
I can guarantee you, the 47 men I drafted, I didn't see one of their penises. So I don't know what the fuck Vince is doing on SmackDown.
I saw nothing of anyone on my roster because I respect my roster.
Exactly. Katie, I saved this for you out of respect. Katie said she wants something. This is for Katie. Katie, spit or swallow.
I'm swallowing so fucking Ruka being the fucking best. Overall, #1 in the Combine for a reason. Has her qualifying match on NXT against Izzy Game. Sure, she was there. It was a thing. We're getting the Soul Snatcher out of nowhere. I'm so happy. I love it. That move's fucking cool. She hit that shit out of the corner. Literally wasn't expecting it. Hell of a match. I can't wait for I think it's like next month. I get to see that shit. She's gonna do that shit off a ladder. And it's gonna be crazy. And I'm gonna lose my mind. That's all I want.
Is snatching souls out of nowhere too long of a title?
Yeah. Snatching souls out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
I mean, I'll still write it for the other thing.
I think so. I mean, I could try to make.
Because I'm pretty sure we did Snatching Souls or Soul Snatcher or something like that as a title once.
Yeah, I think I recall seeing something like that. I don't know her. No, I don't like that at all. Jesus, that's terrible.
He tried his best.
I talked about her being the next Diamond Dallas Page. Before Randy Orton hit RKOs out of nowhere, Diamond Dallas Page was known for all of the innovative ways he could catch the Diamond Cutter.
Mm-hmm.
The Soul Snatcher is a variation of the RKO, is a variation of the Diamond Cutter. It is one of the most versatile moves that can be hit in so many different ways. And the fact that she is finding cool ways to do it, because it is an intricate move, right? It's not just something where you grab someone's head and drop, where you get them in, like, she has to flip off of something to hit it. And we have seen variation after variation. This one where she had her legs on Izzy's neck and Izzy went to push her up and she just flipped into and hit it was fucking gorgeous. The springboard off the rope was fucking gorgeous. Like, shout out to fucking Sol Ruka.
I love Sol Ruka.
Winning me over.
I'm gonna take your guys' word for it because I'm about to say something that might just make you guys a little upset. And for the last maybe 3 to 4 weeks, I've heard Katie talk about the Soul Snatcher and whatnot as a fantastic finisher, so pretty and stuff like that. But I've never actually watched the Sol Ruka match because I never cared about the character. So I've never actually known what the Soul Snatcher looked like as her finish, what it even was. So right now, as you guys were describing it as kind of like a very athletic, like amazing RKO, like it's a version of a modification version of a cutter. I'm like, okay, so let me go back and like look at some of these. Not her matches, but I'll go back and see some of these soul
What
snatches.
the fuck you have against her matches?
I'm not interested. I don't have anything against her personally. She seems like a great person. I just saw the character. I'm like, yeah, I don't care, and I clicked on my remote.
You all are just like, I don't like this character. It's giving Riddle vibes, is what I've heard before. And no, it is not the same fucking thing.
For the same reason that Dean Malenko had people change the channel on him, is like I just was uninterested.
I didn't watch any fucking Dean Malenko because I'm a child, so I have no say. I
didn't watch Dean Malenko because it was Dean Malenko.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I can see why people would say it gives Riddle vibes. She has a physical aesthetic that might remind some people of Riddle. However, she's not smoking weed and acting stupid or embarrassing herself on a weekly basis.
She's just a surfer from like fucking LA, and she doesn't even really sound like she's from LA.
So, no, I'm about this. I'm all for it, and I love it. So you went and watched a Soul Snatcher, Vince?
No, I'm gonna go and try to like look for a Soul Snatcher, or I might just wait.
I got you in the post show.
Bet. If not, I think I'm gonna watch my first Soul Ruka match in the ladder match. I think I've never watched a Soul Ruka match prior.
All right, Katie, what was your favorite show this week?
I think it might be Dynamite. I know you're going NXT because the Dawn, but I think I'm gonna go Dynamite. NXT, they're pretty similar. They're pretty close.
Vince, your favorite show this week?
I'm gonna go with Raw. I got a lot there, and I didn't get no Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes nonsense.
Fair. NXT, the Don in the main event, winning the Heritage Cup, the Soul Snatcher, all of these things, NXT for the win. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Vince, please tell everyone where they can see you with your shirt on because you're selfish.
Yeah, because I'm a married man and only my wife can see me without my shirt off.
You've been married for like 2 fucking weeks. We've been trying to get you topless for 3 years. Shut the fuck up.
Legally, I've been married for over a month now. Actually, no, it's been 5 weeks that I've been married officially, legally, but spiritually, emotionally, I've been married for 3 years. So regardless of the fact, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. Go ahead and check out my YouTube, youtube.com/SESVince. Content over there. If you want to keep seeing this draft where we drafted, go ahead and watch the draft. Check it out over there. More content will be coming over to the YouTube. So, yeah.
Katie? Things, places, stuff?
Things, places, stuff. Sorry, he's getting booed.
Tomato.
Boo, tomato. Yeah, Twitter, KOTR Wrestling 13, link Dream About It, all things, She Leads Showcase, Twitch.tv/She Leads Showcase, YouTube.com/She Leads Showcase, typically Thursday, 6:15-ish, EST, new story time, Katie Kinsey Bebe is up, trying to do like shorts and shit, so you can check those up on YouTube too.
Katie,
I'm currently wearing shorts, but no shorts, like YouTube shorts.
Okay.
Those are a thing.
Hashtag Katie in shorts. Anyway.
Never mind. I was gonna say something. Never mind. Yeah, I'm everywhere. You can just find me everywhere, talking about whatever.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ritter, that's MattTRDDER, for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content on Twitter. If you like my opinions or you don't like my opinions and you're watching this and you're on Twitter and you wanted to go tell me to fuck myself or like praise me for all the stuff I said, please go interact with me on my tweets. I'd appreciate it. If you guys want to find me anywhere else, if you're like, oh, where else? There's a TikTok. There's Threads, there's Blue Sky, and there's also Instagram, and that is all at Smackin It Raw. And also, you guys can follow everything Creation World, the banner under which Smackin It Raw, Getting Off, and everything else that we do exists at It's Creation World, ITSCREATI World, and creationworld.com is the link you go to get access to everything, whether it is the spicy sites. Travis is guaranteed we are spreading our wings, which means we may be seeing that Scream porn parody and other porn parodies to come. You guys can find the audio for all of our stuff there, the Patreon, the merch, everything that we do, creationworld.com. For the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince, Ms. Katie Kinsey Bay, hashtag Katie in Shorts. I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and this has been your number one wrestling podcast on all your favorite spicy sites.